Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. And welcome to a Sunday stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope the weekend is treating you well, and hopefully you guys are having a good one. Glad to see you, glad to have you, glad to see everybody turning out today on a Sunday stream, because it's been a hell of a week, and I'm glad to see you guys. I'm glad to be here streaming with you on another Sunday. Glad to be getting ready to kick some doors, indoor kickers too, to continue the ongoing campaign, or campaigns, I suppose, with the Cult of Bad Tactical Decisions, where we got some new voice lines for you guys as requested this week. And in addition to that, a couple of new toys that I'll let you guys figure out on your own as we get into that. But again, good to see you. Glad to have you. Thanks for coming to join me once again for another Sunday stream. And, man, Chad, I had to go to work this morning and I was not happy. I'm still not happy about it. I'm still stewing on it a little bit. But apparently the person who was supposed to be covering the morning shift did not come in to work today, like last minute. And so I had to go in and cover for them at 6 o'clock this morning. So, yeah, that was not cool. That was not fucking cool. 'Cause I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night. And then I just got off about 10 o'clock. And that was the point where I was like, I told my boss, I was like, look, I got other stuff to do today. And I didn't tell him what, because it's none of his damn business. But I told him, I was like, I got stuff to do and I'm going home. And he was like, oh, you can't stay till at least noon? And I was like, no, I can't stay until at least noon. I wasn't even going to come in today. I got 4 hours of sleep. So y'all are going to have to manage on your own. And I told him, do not fucking call me, do not text me, like, I don't exist today, because I am turning my phone off, and I have already done that. So, yeah, I'm still a little bit salty about that. But glad that it's over, glad to be here. Unfortunately, I'm salaried, so I don't even get overtime for that. So it's basically just, like, I get nothing for that except a pat on the back, like, hey, good job, thanks for giving up half of your Sunday for somebody else. But anyway, that's all behind us, chat, and we are here now in the stream getting ready to kick some doors. So that means that immediately the day has improved by at least a safety factor of 7. And if you understand that reference, hail Cargonian. But anyway, we will be getting back into some door kickers too. But in addition to that, I figured I would talk to you guys about a little bit of other news this week, because man, there's a lot going on. It's been a really busy week for a lot of different reasons. But not least of which has been the fact that I have made some very good progress on the 2.0 model. I have now gotten the rig working for the model. So I've been doing some testing to make sure that the motion tracking is working correctly, and so far the tests have been good. It's still not exactly where I want it, and I'll say the physics of certain parts of the model are not exactly the way that I want them, but I'm working on it. So we're getting there. Progress is being made. So I know I told you guys, like, don't get your hopes up, because I don't know when it's going to happen. It is going to happen. I'm going to have a 2.0 reveal at some point, but I don't know when. Again, right now it's mostly just when I have the time between streams, between work and stuff like that. So I've been working on it. I told y'all last week, I have set aside a certain amount of time every day to just, like, that's the time that I work on the 2.0 to make sure that I'm always that I'm always making some progress on it, and I'm always, got that forward momentum, so that way I don't, because what I don't want to happen is if I take like a week off of not working on it, that I'm gonna get lazy and I'll be like, whatever, I'll fix it later. And then so that's my way of keeping myself from getting lazy about it and keeping myself working on it so that it actually gets done. Um, but yeah, so we've done that. Again, I did make some new modifications to Door Kickers 2. Some of y'all will already know what's going on with that. And then, of course, I have to talk about, because I posted in the Discord earlier this week, apparently Hololive is doing some liqueurs that are based on some of the Hololive English gals. And they've done this before, not for the Hololive English folks, but they have done like themed liquors before for some of the Hololive girls. And this week they announced Mori is getting something that they're calling Mori Zakura, and I have no idea what it's supposed to be. I don't think that they've really mentioned what kind of liqueur it's gonna be, but they've got that. And yeah, that's yes now kind of already let the cat out of the bag, but I think last night or the night before they announced that Ina is also getting one as well. So, oh, troubleshooter, you better be careful, because there's more than a few tacos in chat, and they might. I'm just saying, you better watch your back, buddy. That's to quote the girl herself. Flat is justice. It is indeed, and I'm not just saying that because I'm not. I'm standing in solidarity. I'm standing in solidarity with Ina. The tacos are beefcake. I mean, macho taco is in fact a thing. If you don't know, now you know. Go look it up. Macho taco is indeed a thing. But anyway, Chad, that's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty much the only news that I had today. It's because I've been focused on work mostly. I just don't have a lot of news. I mean, obviously there's like political stuff in the news to talk about, but we don't do that here, so I'm not even gonna broach that topic. Cause that's depressing and I don't even want to talk about that, so we're not going to. LA Dodgers announced for Hololive Day that Ina, Iris, and Bijou are gonna participate. Oh, that's right. I remember that. So I mean, listen, I'm not trying to like assign a value to any of the Hololive girls, but I feel like Hollow might be overcompensating, because now that Gura's gone, they got 3 girls to come in and do the baseball collaboration. And I think that's great. I think it's great. But again, I'm not trying to like assign values, but even so, I find it amusing that they were like, oh, we're gonna send 3 girls out there. Oh, Swift Draw, no. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I just remembered. So, okay, for those of you that don't know, Swift Draw has been like on vacation for a long time. A long ass time. He's been gone for like, what, 3 months, 4 months, something like that? He's been on vacation. And he's been touring Europe, Africa, the Middle East. He's been all over the damn place. But he just got back recently, and so has been flooding the Discord with dad jokes. And unfortunately, that means that he also, well, listen, Swiftdraw, if you want to tell him what it was about, you can. I'm trying to be diplomatic and tactful here. So you can go into detail if you like, but that's your business, not mine. But anyway, because he's been, let's just say, out of pocket for quite some time, unfortunately, I think he's just now finding out that Gura did, in fact, graduate not too long ago. So yeah, I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, but I will say also, 1, go check out her last song. because it's a banger and it's very poignant considering the fact that she has graduated from Hololive. Now, with that being said, there may or may not be more goob on the horizon. I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna listen. Saba is all I'm gonna say. Because we don't know yet. We don't know what's going on with Saba. I mean, everybody's got a pretty good idea, but I'm just saying, it is we might be seeing more of the goob in the future, in the near future. So we'll see. We will see. Cause has got to make a drive to work. Be back in an hour or so. All right, Carl. We'll drive safe, and we'll see you when you get back. But yeah, aside from that, chat, that's all I really had. That's all I really had. No, I remember that, Wasteland, but whenever you finish a campaign and you retire from the campaign, anybody that's incapacitated or injured automatically comes off of injury. So, just as an example, as you can see, everybody is 100%. And of course, we do have a couple new faces. For the folks that bothered to give me information for their portraits. But yeah, we've got a lot of ribbons. We got a lot of ribbons on the squad, chat, but there's still more operations to do. There's still more tours of duty to complete. So we're not done yet. We're not done yet. And Black Hydra gifted a sub to Driftnear. Thank you, Black Hydra, for the gifted sub. And Driftnear, welcome back into the cult of bad tactical decisions. I know you know where the Kool-Aid is by now, so I'll let you grab a glass as we get locked in to kick some doors, chat. We are going to kick the shit out of some doors today. So, let us head back in. Well, actually, I guess I'll introduce you to Static Charge and their portrait. Static Charge was actually added to the squad, it was either last stream or the stream before, but he finally got to us with some portrait information, and so this is it. For those of you that don't know what NLD is, I might be wrong on this, but I think it has something to do with the Dutch Armed Forces? I'm sure somebody out there already knows, but in case you don't, I believe it's got something to do with the Dutch Armed Forces. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. Static Charge says correct. Well, there you go. But so we had some losses last time around, chat, but we're not gonna lose anybody today. We're not gonna lose anybody today, or at least that's the plan. But of course, you know what they say about plans, or at least the saying goes, if you want to make God laugh, make plans. But we got a lot going on. We still got Rajul Kabir as an operation to complete. We've also got, I'm still not going to try to pronounce that name, but I'm just going to call it Operation I'm on a Boat. I might try to do Shadow Moses at some point, but it's actually kind of insane as far as like the enemy density. So he says we should gamble on that before you start. I mean, we could. But I feel like the odds are stacked significantly in favor of one side over the other. Correct, Ursta. Again, as the US military says, no plan survives contact with the enemy. Yeah, I think he's suggesting that we gamble on if someone is gonna die. I mean, I feel like that's not a fair bet, but if you guys want to do that and Urst wants to set it up, I'm not gonna say no. I'm just saying maybe not fair for the folks that want to have faith in my tactical skills. I mean, it is called the cult of bad tactical decisions. But I guess what we could do, well, first of all, Ernst, are you gonna do a gamba? Because if so, then I'm just gonna pick something. If not, I was gonna do a poll to see what y'all wanted to get into today. At what point does the enemy density become sufficient for it could have been an airstrike? The Operation Shadow Moses is very much that. Like, I'll put it to you like this. Before we started the campaign, I did a single playthrough, like a test, to make sure that the unit was working and all that. The Shadow Moses campaign consists of 3 missions. And by the time I finished that one time, the unit had like 300 kills. So, yeah. Roughly 300 enemies in 3 missions. It's very enemy dense. Virgin says, I vote for Operation Boat. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Okay, let me see. I guess it's Chaturanga? Maybe? That's the best I'm gonna... that's the best you're getting out of me. It's the best you're getting out of me. Oh, he's giving you guys some options here. Alright, well if that's the case, then let's see. What trouble... We can do this one. Do Operation Rajul Kabir. And of course, as always, we're gonna play with Iron Man on. That means... well, it means death is permanent. Anybody who dies is gone for good. It means that we cannot restart missions. But it means that we get more rewards when we succeed. So, we'll go ahead and start. It says, our not-so-friendly neighbor, Warlord, got tied... Wait, what? I feel like this is not written properly. Our not-so-friendly neighborhood Warlord got tied with Naboristan's SSI and earned a takedown operation. He's left Slum City and took refuge at his summer palace across the border, but we're greenlit to go after him. Go in, clear a route, grab our man, and get out. It's another snatch and grab, chat. I don't like it. I do not like it. So we got an insertion mission. Looks like a nighttime mission. 6 bodies. Operation Ghost Work. Iron Man means no wrinkles on the uniform. It does mean that as well, Virgin. It does in fact mean that as well. But let's see. Our strike into Naboristan must be quick and surgical, but it serves to prosecute additional targets to make our infill and exfil safer. A small element will infiltrate and take out surface-to-air missiles covering the route into Tamerlan Valley. Sabotage or blow up the 2 SAM launchers. The SAM base is manned and guarded by the House Guard Corps, the regular military of our neighbors. You may also find irregulars of unknown quantity and quality. Fortunately, we have the advantage of surprise, and you'll strike at night during their downtime. Keep an eye on their quarters building to the north and another on the motor pool to the southeast, and don't loiter too long, reinforcements may arrive. So this is one of the missions where we might actually have to worry about reinforcements. That's not something that we've had to deal with very often, but it is something that can happen in the missions. So we have to sabotage enemy equipment, and then we have to retreat to the evac zone. In this case, I don't think, because reinforcements are a possibility, we don't have the option of just killing everybody to get the mission complete. We're basically going to have to smash and run. But that's okay. That's okay. It'll mix things up a little bit. It would be such a shame if the Shans got hit by a 122mm barrage. Yeah, it really would be a shame. Let's see. Okay, so this is the quarters that they were telling us about. This is going to be the barracks, I guess. And then this is going to be your motor pool. No idea what we're going to be dealing with here, but just right away I can see they've got a heavy machine gun here, a heavy machine gun here. So as much as possible, we want to try to loop around the north end. They've also got, looks like a tow missile or some other kind of guided missile out here. I don't know if that's going to be a threat for us since we're not going to be coming in from that direction. Aside from that, I don't see any other heavy weapons. So I'm thinking if we go in suppressed... If we go in suppressed, we might be able to get something done here. I'm not seeing... I don't remember if they mark reinforcement areas. Like, if there's a possibility of reinforcements, I don't remember if they mark it on the map. But I would imagine they're probably going to come in from here and possibly from here, since these look like the most likely ingress routes. Could we get 6-inch guns instead? I mean, trust me, if they gave me the option of a barrage from naval guns, I would absolutely take that. But, well, there's no HVT this time around. There's no HVT this time around. We've got to infill to get to our HVT. This time around, our only objectives are to destroy the SAM sites and then get to the evac zone. And this is the evac zone here. So basically, we just got to get up here, blow these up, and then get back. So anyway, let's have a look at the squad, because I think now is going to be a perfect opportunity for us to try out this artillery barrage, which we have not used yet. In the meantime, we definitely want to go suppressed on this one. So let's stick some suppressed weapons on our folks. Oh, we should probably also go with the night vision as well. And it's already throwing the first 5 guys in the unit, so I'm actually okay with that. I'm actually okay with that. Unfortunately, the AKs that you guys use typically do not have suppressors, so we're gonna have to swap them out with something else. Let me see. We've got a couple options for suppressed weaponry. We could go the Klin, the PP9. But it's an SMG, so it's going to be short range. We do also have the option in the AS Val, because that's got the integral suppressor. And then, of course, we've got the AKS-74U, which can also take a suppressor. Those are pretty much the only suppressed options that we have for you guys. So, let me see. Looking at the stats, like if we put on the AS Val and then we compare that to the AKS, the AKS has got higher accuracy, roughly the same aim speed, but lower crit chance. And Omega Forge rolling in the chat on a Sunday. Good to see you, Omega. Thanks for joining us. Always glad to have you, and hopefully the weekend has been treating you well so far. Hopefully you're here to enjoy some hot door-kicking action with us as we get ready to start an operation today. Krink Zerkino. I mean, I guess we could do the Krink. We'll do that. And then, of course, we gotta throw on the Cobra, because Cobra. And then we'll do the, we'll do the NVGs as well. I mean, I wish the SA-80 was not making any sound earlier. I wish that counted as the weapon being silent, but it does not. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Let's go ahead and slap that on there. We got Mythion using the AUG, but we're gonna have to switch over to something else. We might as well throw the suppressor on the pistol. Actually, you know what? I don't think it matters, because we're gonna stick with the primaries. I don't think we're going in with a pistol. To be honest, the weekend's been rough. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Omega Forge, but hopefully now that you've got some time to sit down and watch a stream, it'll be a little bit better. Always sucks when the weekend doesn't treat you right. I was just telling chat, I had the same thing. I had to get up at freaking 6 o'clock. Well, I had to go into work at 6 o'clock this morning because of dumb stuff. So, had to go to work this morning, even though I really didn't want to. So I'm right there with you, but again, hopefully now that you're here with us, your weekend will be going a little bit better. Is there any way to use the ammo mod slot to change the magazine capacity? No, sir. Negativers. Capacity is tied to the weapon itself, and there are no ways to modify that other than to pick a different weapon. Do you have something to get through the fence? Probably not yet, but we can look at that. Because we could use the power saw, but the power saw is going to make a lot of noise. I think that's the only way to do it besides using explosives. Let's see. Oh no, we can use the bolt cutters as well. Because the power saw is not going to be good for stealth. The bolt cutters, on the other hand, will absolutely do the job. So we'll give those to Shinigami. Then let's see, what else do we need? I mean, I'm bringing the artillery barrage, which I think will do the job on the SAM sites. I think aside from that, we don't really need any other specialized equipment. I guess we can bring some door charges just to have them, but aside from that, I think we just bring, you know, the usual allotment of some extra grenades, a few satchel charges in case we need to breach walls, that kind of stuff. RPGs will get through the fence. You don't have to worry about the fence if there is no fence. This is true. This is true. Unfortunately, because it's a nighttime mission, and because reinforcements on this mission are also a possibility, I definitely do not want to put myself in a position where we're going to get, I guess, dogpiled by enemy infantry. Let's see. I mean, I guess, because all these are 1x scopes, except for the PSO. But having Crappy with an AS Val and a PSO might not be the worst idea, just because he can then hold some longer angles for us. Alright. Chad, I think it's time to get this party started. Remember the mission where you assumed you could get through the gate? No, absolutely, Arrakis. We're bringing the bolt cutters, which will be able to cut through the fence. So probably what we're going to do is I'm going to hit this fence, and then we'll go straight up here and kill the power on the barracks. Let me double check and make sure that I gave everybody NVGs. Okay, we did. Outstanding. Alright. Chat, let's make it hot.
We're up. Let's roll.
Alright, everybody's on silent mode. So I think we're gonna move up here to the fence line. We can use the Hescos as cover, at least for now. And for once, I'm actually gonna leave you guys on silent so that we're not taking shots unless we feel like we're threatened. Yeah, we did bring somebody with charges, and so we brought door charges and satchels. Let me see, who's got, so Mythion's got the door charges, and who has the satchels? Vin has the satchel charges. So we've got both. Chat, why does it... Is it just me, or... Okay, there is light coming here. Okay, we need to back off. We need to back off in a hurry. Because I think there's a vehicle coming, and we're about to get got by it. You're moving, you're moving, you're moving, you're moving. Okay. Everybody...
It is my duty to serve. It is my duty to serve.
We need to back off. I did not realize a vehicle was going to be coming down the road. Or at least I assume that's what that is. No? Is it just a spotlight then? Where is that light coming from? Like, I'm trying to find the source of this light, but I don't see it. Well, that's unfortunate. Because, see, that's really weird, though, because it didn't show this light source over here when we started the mission. And now suddenly there's a light source, and that makes me unhappy. So we'll try this a different way, then. We'll try this a different way. Let's line up you boys here. Give me, there we go. Yeah? That's what I want. What does the red F mean? Brewster, in this case, whenever we have suppressed weapons, the red F essentially is me calling a shot. So what it means is that these guys are all lined up to take this guy down, but they're not gonna fire until I give them the go-ahead. And that is what this symbol is specifically. The go silent means that they will ask for permission before taking a shot. Normally I just take that off, but in this case, because we're actually trying to do this a little bit stealthy, I'm leaving the guys on silent mode. So they will still fire if their life is in danger, but under normal circumstances, they're not going to take the shot unless I tell them to do it. And Dragon Nonsense resubscribing for a 6th month, saying sorry for being late. Well, remember, Dragon Nonsense, a donkey never arrives early or late. They arrive precisely when they mean to hee-haw. So, good to see you, Dragon Nonsense. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday, and hopefully the weekend is treating you well so far. Alright, let's get repositioned here. Get everybody where we want it. Now, the question that I have is, do we have somebody on that heavy gun? Okay, we absolutely do. So we can line up that shot. I'm gonna move you like right here. Okay, we've got a lot of enemy infantry out here. So we do have somebody on this gun. We've got somebody facing that way. There's somebody on this vehicle. We got a guy on this gun. So what we may try to do is like a simultaneous takedown type of thing, where I'll give everybody the go at the same time, and we'll just try to take down as many people as we can. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So let's get around this corner here. And who do I want you on? Honestly, I'd rather have you on this guy. And then we'll pull up here, and I'll have Sierra watching that guy. No, I want you on him. What? Why you gotta be like this? Don't come over here. Don't come over here. We're gonna gun you down. Sierra. Oh, you're like just barely... You're just barely at a point where you can't see that guy. There we go. Now you're aiming at him. Outstanding.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you. I'm working on it. Give me a second. Alright, we gotta line up our shots just right. Let me go... Oh, so there's a spotlight over here. That makes a little more sense. So maybe we can sneak over, but I kind of don't want to run the risk. That scares me. Yeah, you guys are no longer orcs. I did, in fact, get you a Imperial Guard sound pack put together. On request. First gave y'all a poll last stream, and it was between orcs or the guard, and you guys spoke... You guys chose the guard, so that's what I went with. Alright, so... I'm just thinking here, because if we can get over here without having to worry about the light, then that's great. But my fear is that if we start taking shots now, we're going to get ourselves in trouble. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Shinigami come down here real quick. And I want you on this guy. And again, we're going to try to do a simultaneous takedown here. I really want to have someone on that guy as well. Because he's the I mean, as you can see, he's got an LMG. He's got a 240 Bravo. Swift Draw, the only reason I didn't go with Chaos Cultist is because they don't actually have that many voice lines. Whereas the Imperial Guard is an entire faction. And so I had a lot of voice lines to pull from to give variety in the lines that the guys say. I did originally think about doing the Chaos Cultists, but I think they've only got like a dozen lines. So pretty much, y'all would be hearing the same couple of lines over and over again for everything. Alright, let me see here. Mythion, you're not able to see that guy. Are you? Can you see that guy? No? Alright, if I move you a little bit more over here, can you see him? Now, shit. Like, I'm trying to get lined up on this guy. Because, again, we're going to try to do a simultaneous takedown. Alright, so, we know there's more people. There's a guy right here. But he's only got a scar, and he's not going to be able to see us because we're in the dark. So what we're trying to do is take down the immediate threats. We're going to get this guy in the guard post. We're going to get this guy with the machine gun. Take out these two guys on the MG nest. Take out these two guys on the MG nest. And hopefully we don't trigger an alarm, but we'll find out. Hopefully nobody dies. Okay. Think we're relatively clear here. But we still gotta move up. Let me see.
Clear.
Alright. I'm saying clear, even though I don't believe it. Let's see. There we go. Shinigami's got my bolt cutters. So we'll go right up here. In the meantime, we'll move up here. God bless it. I want you looking this way. I want you looking this way. So that we've got good coverage. And then I'll have these guys hold this angle. Because basically we gotta make sure that we're holding our north end. That's what she said. So that we don't get ambushed by anybody else. And then when Shinigami gets here,
in doubt, throw more men at it.
we'll pop the fence open. I don't know if that's like an alarm or if that's just I'm not sure what that is, chat. I don't know if that's just supposed to be like a police siren, like ambient noise, or if they know that we're here now. It could be both. It could absolutely be both. I think that might be an alarm. I'm thinking that might be an alarm. Let me see. We got a fuse box down here. Vin, you've got my charges. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move down here. I'm gonna send an element down south, and we're gonna breach the motor pool. And then in the meantime, let's get you over the wall. And we'll have you taking up a position here. Alright, we got eyes on. If you come at us, take them down. Don't fuck with these guys. We don't want to give them any time. Oh, I see. That's why. Because they took this guy way down here. I think that's why they set off the alarm. That's why they set off the alarm. Alright, I'm going to have this element wait down here until the light is not on them, and then we're going to come up here and breach into the motor pool. In the meantime, let's move up. And I want you to check in this angle the entire time until you get here. Take the shots.
Capturing it was easy. Holding it will be hard.
I think they definitely know that we're here now. How the hell are you shooting at my people?
Will be hard.
How do you even know where they are? Book it, Ben. I don't want you going down,
We'll
buddy.
be in and out like lightning.
If they're gonna take shots, then we're gonna get out of the line of fire.
Left, right, left.
Copy that.
And then I want you watching this way, just in case they round that corner. Now let's see what they're gonna do with that. I mean, yeah, it might not be worth it. We can probably take everybody off a hold fire now. Like, the jig is up. They know we're here. So we might as well take any shots that we've got. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Yes, let's frag our own guys. That's a great idea. Alright, so... I think we do this. And we're gonna do this number here. We'll hold that door. And now that we've got that, we can pull our mans up here. Since we kind of got the angle right here through the window. As a matter... Yeah, take him down. There we go. Now, what we could do... Well, never mind. Shinigami can't do it. But Mythion can, as we could just blow up the
We've got
tower.
experience in these things.
Again, they already know we're here. Okay, spotlight's moving away, so now's gonna be the time for us to move up. And we're gonna double time
Copy
it.
that.
Time to earn our keep. We will serve.
Once you guys get here, I want you to take up positions to hold those angles. And then we're gonna breach our way into the motor pool. Alright, let me do this number here, and we'll be facing that direction. Outstanding. In the meantime,
We'll be in and out like
actually,
lightning.
hold on. Cancel that, because what we might be able to do is if we do this right,
Reporting for duty, sir.
what I was hoping is that we could use this breaching charge to actually blow up the electrical box as well, but it doesn't look like he's going to let us do that. I'm still going to try it anyway. So I think that's our reinforcements coming in. You know, chat, we could just go for broke. And Linnea's coming in with said, Frag Rock Guys is a wonderful line to come into. I mean, I know you haven't been here long, but you'll find that that's far more common than you might think. What I'm thinking is it might be worth it to just see, like, I have to know. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can get up here and just chuck that grenade over the Hesco wall and get an artillery strike on the SAM site. Because if we could do
We're
that,
ready to go, sir.
that would make it super easy. Alright, let's see. Can we... Okay, we cannot get it over the Hesco. That is unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world. So we'll pull back Ven. We'll watch this angle. Hey, look at that. We did actually get the power. Outstanding. What do we got? Nah, we're kind of standing out here in the open here, and I do not like that at all. I might have made a mistake doing that, but it's too late now. It is too late now. So let's move up to the wall, and we'll get around on the door. It come around this corner, and we'll hold the Hesco, and I'm gonna leave Crappy where he's at, because he's got that long-range Val with the PSO scope, so he can basically just hold this angle. If anybody tries to squirt out here or here, he should be able to take him down by this angle through the window. In fact, what I may do is I'm gonna move you up here, and then I'm gonna have you hold in this angle, so that we got a little better visual. Okay, that's another one down. Oh, they're coming out the sides here.
I see you.
Do you though? Shinigami, if you would please, just immediately bucket, because I don't want you getting got by these guys. I think... Nah, we can't... Those Hescos are taller than they look, I think. Do we just... Let's see. Okay, alright. Outstanding. Just keep an eye on that angle, please. Ah, there's my mans. There's my man's Crappy with that Val. Probably double tall. Yeah, they probably are. Buddy. Take the shot, please. Okay, you're taking a little too long to line up that shot. It's making me nervous. So please move before you get shot. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and move up here. We're gonna hold that angle. So when he rounds here, we should be able to get a good burst on him. In the meantime, I think it's about time we made our entry into this room. So actually, I'm gonna have you hold back. I'm gonna have Sierra come up right to the corner, and then we're going to flash in. Still gotta hold that. And then I'll have Vin come up on the backside.
We've got experience in these things.
I don't like what I'm about to have to do, but we gotta do it. We gotta pie this doorway.
Any orders?
Alright, I think we're good. Let's check it out. Alright, looks clear. So we'll bring up Ven while we hold this angle. Now I want Sierra going this way, and I want Ven going this way. Now that door is not open, but we're still gonna keep an eye on it. Okay. I'm gonna get over here and destroy these with the artillery. Line of sight in this game is scuffed. Nah, it's not necessarily that it's scuffed. It's that, one, it's nighttime, so line of sight is already kind of butt cheeks. And two, our people are wearing NVGs, which makes line of sight even more difficult.
Copy.
Alright, we're doing this artillery barrage. We haven't had any proper fireworks, and that's unacceptable. So I'm trying to figure out where did they just... Oh, it must have been this guy. He finally came up here, and he got. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll do this, but I want you watching in, like, this direction the entire time, just in case. Okay, I think we're clear. Now, can you get that over? Okay, we still can't get that over. So here's what we do. It's like they did this on purpose. Alright, now, we can finally get this in here. The question is, do we think that's gonna be close enough to both to do the job? I feel like we have to try. Oh. Well, they're speaking Russian.
Present and accounted for, sir.
Yes, I know. I'm waiting for the artillery. Where's my artillery? And also, do I... Okay. I would say it's definitely doing the job. Definitely doing the job. That lives up to its reputation as 122 millimeter. I'll take it. Alright, you know what time it is then. Let's get out of here. We accomplished the objective. So I'm gonna get these boys out of here first, and then we'll backpedal our way out.
We will serve. We're ready to go,
But let's double time out while we can. Alright, now we'll peel back Shinigami. And then we'll peel back Mythion. And then it's time to get out of here. Crappy, you go ahead and hold the angle. That actually went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. How many did we hit? I have no idea. Yeah, no, we definitely don't have 120 millimeter or 122 millimeter in the U.S. military. That is strictly a Russian thing, since we are using primarily Russian equipment. Okay, we'll go ahead and if Shinigami would please get over the wall, then we'll go this way, and we'll get him out next.
We'll be in and out like lightning. Where do you want us, sir?
Okay, now we'll pull Mythion.
When in doubt, throw more men at it. Where do you want us, sir?
And then we'll go ahead and get Crappy. I'm not gonna wait too much longer to get Crappy out of here. I think most everybody is probably dead, but
where do you want us, sir?
I'm not gonna wait around. We got the cover of darkness, so it's time to evac.
Go, go, go!
And there we go. That's a mission complete. Unfortunately, Shinigami and Vin both got hit on that one, which makes me not happy. But nobody died, and that's the important thing. Different kind of stealth. Can't hear people coming in or out when you're deaf from an artillery strike. Correct. I'm glad we understand each other, Reploid.